throw it open to you. Amy, what do people have to say about Jacqui
Well,
Smith?
our first call is quite angry about this. It's Sue on line 1.
Yes, I have to say, Sue, I'm not surprised you're angry. A lot of people stopped me in the street yesterday to say how angry they were. What's the problem, Sue?
Well, I think, Matthew, the story's changed slightly because I was away this weekend, and when I came back I found out from my husband and from the news what had happened.
Yeah.
And my assumption was that Jacqui Smith had actually ordered these videos.
Now we're talking, Sue. Now we're talking.
And now we find out that it wasn't actually Jacqui Smith. It was her husband and her assistant.
That's right.
So it changes the story. Although, in general terms...
But no, Sue, I mean, it was still put through on her expenses, so...
Yes,
I mean...
well, there's obviously been a very serious mistake here. How I feel about it is that it's just brought home another nail into politics' coffin. I'm not as politically aware as many people, and I'm certainly not as au fait with Jacqui Smith as you are. My concern is
like to be, Sue.
How can I trust any of them? We're in a situation globally where people are struggling to feed their families, are terrified, like so many people in your audience have said, that they're not going to be able to pay the next bill. They're giving up their pets because they can no longer afford to feed them. And I was away this weekend working in a course which actually is aimed at supporting people, animals and the planet. And the actual situation for the common person on the ground is every £5 is crucial. And to find out that 4 of those £5, which are taxpayers' money, have been used for pornographic pleasure, I could cry. I just feel so disappointed. And that's not just with her. It's with this overall attitude that so much of this money, which is our money, that we have had to contribute, not always willingly, for the best reasons the politicians decide for our highest good, are being used for the lowest reasons.
I think Sue's absolutely correct.
Well, I have to say, Sue, everyone's agreeing with you in the audience as well.
I hadn't thought about it like that before, but really, that's spot on.
Then
maybe, Matthew...
But then, you know, we give hundreds of billions to the bankers, right? Well, and now we're talking about 20 quid for movies that are old man ordered.
Matthew, it's not just the movies, it's the whole thing. And if she doesn't resign, perhaps her husband should resign. Perhaps he should say, my 40,000 quid from the public purse, I'm not worth that.
Well, that's an interesting point. OK, let's take some more. Thank you, Sue.
OK, next caller then is Jordan from Liverpool on line 3.
Morning, Jordan.
Hi, mate, you OK?
I'm good. Is this a resigning issue as far as you're concerned?
I just think it's a bit of a farce. I just think that people need to get a bit of a life and think about, you know, the wider issue. I mean, she's bought a porno film, but I watch porn, you probably watch porn, the people in the audience probably watch porn, so I mean, I just think that
the difference is, Jordan, that if I was to choose to watch porn in my own time, I would pay for it with my own money.
Yeah, I know. I can see that. I mean, I can totally see that there has been a big mistake happened there. But I just think that they just need to get a life, I think.
You don't think that as Home Secretary in a government originally elected on a whiter-than-white ticket that has constantly been put through the mill under expenses, you don't think for one moment that if you're Home Secretary you will be looking through your expenses with the clearest and most perceptive vision you can afford, because at the end of the day you make one thing wrong and the Daily Mail, in this particular case the Sunday Express, is going to burn on you like a ton of bricks. And if you can't match up to the expenses claim, if you can't sort that out, how on earth are you going to run the country?
Well, I mean, I can see that, but I just think that, you know, there's a bigger issue here. I just think that, you know...
What is a bigger issue? What is a bigger issue? I'm taking Sue's line from earlier. Hundreds of billions of pounds of our money has been taken from us by politicians to do stuff that many of us probably don't want done with it, right? Yeah. That's a big issue. And here we have other bits of our money being misused in this way.
What they're doing is they're misappropriating our money, but even more important than that is what example are they setting? There's a big tax haven thing now. Gordon Brown's going to get rid of tax haven because people are avoiding tax. Well, what is this other than stealing public money? What example is that when our legislators
within the scope of it, it was only 20 quid.
No, but Matthew, that's just part of it. It's part of the malaise.
It's the tiniest bit.
Well, that's the smelly tip of the iceberg, though,
that's the salacious bit, but it's part of a greater expense that runs these people's lives.
OK, Jordan, thank you for that. Let's have another.
OK, let's go to Henry then on line 2.
Henry, good morning. Morning, Henry. I think you may have found some late-night adult entertainment. let's have another, please.
All right, we've got Fiona then on line 4.
Fiona, good morning.
Good morning.
Should she go?
I don't think that £20 is a sackable offence, but I think she will go because obviously someone in her office has leaked these phone bills to someone who's paid them for it, maybe. I don't think that she will be able to stay if she doesn't have the confidence of her staff or people round about her.
I don't know how the information came out. I'm fascinated by that part of the story. I really am, because it turned up in the Express.
Is there a Tory mole in the expenses office?
But it came out from the Sunday Express, which was, of course, owned by Richard Desmond, who owns a lot of the porn channels or adult entertainment channels. So I don't know. It's a fascinating point. Thank you, Fiona. Can we have a quick word with our audience as well, please?
We can indeed. So, Andrew, should Jacqui Smith go over Porngate?
I don't think she should necessarily lose a job over it, but I think she should be more responsible regarding what she claims. And the fact that the porn thing is headline news, but it just raises question: what else is she claiming?
Do you think the embarrassment factor counts for anything? That, you know, wherever she goes over the next few days, G20 summit, the world's big cheeses all gathered in London, and you know, I mean, it's going to be quite interesting, the conversations in the hotel bedrooms, I would imagine.
I'll tell you something, Matthew. If you get the hotel bills of all those G20 people the next morning,
make very interesting reading. Thank you very much for your point and for all your calls. Very rare that I apologise for government ministers on this show, isn't it? There was something in my tea this morning. After the ads...